Hey guys, Grumpy here with another episode of Banished. So, at the end of the last episode, I don't know how it happened, but we just ended up in the corner of the map. So I just pulled it back to the town center. It looks like that's gonna keep happening. So I'll just play with the map open, and I'll probably have to edit out all the random jumps that it does, which is really annoying. But anyway, in the previous episode, we received a last minute shipment of stone, which we're using to build a storage barn and a couple wells around the town. We restructured so that we have more people in the quarry. Um, we are leaning a little more heavily into educating our populace, and we also built another fishing dock to try to solve our food issues. This year, I'm going to keep a closer eye on our fishing dock. So, as you see, we produced 938 fish this year compared to 922, and then the year before that it was like really abysmal. So we'll just keep an eye on that. As far as everything else goes, we're looking pretty good. Once we get these wells up, we'll go ahead and lower the quarry back down to like 3 people, and put people back in their professions that they are normally assigned to. Storage barn going up, which is nice. Not educated. Okay. The early game is really rough because not a lot of people are educated, so your resources are just like all over the place. Sometimes you'll do really well, sometimes you won't yield much, and it's just down to the education of your workers. All right, so we have our wells going up finally. I won't say finally. We just placed these, but it is good to see them being built. Ugh. I think we'll build the cemetery, and we'll wait to build the chapel once we get a little more established. The cemetery will allow your citizens to bury their deceased family members, which will provide some happiness to them. They'll still have an initial depression when they lose somebody, but it'll recover faster if they can mourn them. Soon, Steph Fonts. Soon you'll be allowed in the quarry. Okay, so 1,000 fish this year. It's better. It looks like at one point a forester transitioned into becoming a fisherman. So that's why there's logs sitting in this. We didn't fish 3 logs out of the ground or out of the river. So a job change is also going to lead to a performance decrease because um, they have to move from one station to another station, and someone here has to move from their station to another job somewhere in the city. So that kind of like transitory time, along with recalculating where they're going to live, can impact performance. Okay. All right, keeping an eye on our other resources. Food is very low, which is never a good thing. But steel tools are in a good spot. We still have clothing. I'm gonna cut back one stonecutter for a forester, because firewood is still the lifeblood of our economy, so we do need those logs still being cut down. So we have our second well, and our third well will be built pretty soon once we get the stone for it. I think wells should cost maybe like 20 stone. 40 is pretty steep. Now, when you have giant maps and you have stone deposits all over, it doesn't really matter, but like our next stone deposit is here, which is going to require a bridge across the span, and then dedicating our labor out here, which will remove laborers in town shuffling things back and forth, like emptying workstations into barns. Because as far as I know, vendors don't do that. I think that's a laborer task specifically. So 1,300 fish, 4 people. That's okay. That's closer to what we want to see. Now that I've spotted this deposit, I'm like sizing up whether or not we should claim it. Yeah, that's a lot of stone and iron. And in theory, we could just use the quarry workers to claim it. I don't know. We'll think about that. All of our stonecutters being uneducated is an issue. I mentioned it before, but there's a higher chance that they can die if they're not educated and they work in the mines or the quarry. Plus, I think they also yield less. Like, I think you get double resources with educated quarry workers. You're a laborer? No, you work at the quarry. Okay. I think at this point it makes sense to build a bridge over here, just for better locomotion. We won't build a road because building a road is going to deny trees in this area, and we don't want to start cutting down trees like that. In fact, if anything, we should probably delete this road right here. Alright, hey. Sergil has become an adult and is working as a laborer. So Sergil should be our first... Nope. Never mind. I was going to say they're our first educated citizen, but they're not. Oh, wait. No, that's not Sergil. Where's Sergil? Well, wherever Sergil is. What? Anyway, wherever Sergil is, in theory, he should be our. Okay, yeah. So here's Sergil. He's our first educated citizen. So age 20, he graduated school. He is educated. Unfortunately, he is a vendor, which does not help us at all. We need to get him into a better profession. So where do you live? You live in this house. Ideally, I would want you to be the blacksmith. So let's see if we can make you a blacksmith. There's not any housing available in the area, but maybe we can make you a blacksmith. Okay, so we can try this out. What we'll do is, since we don't have a blacksmith available, we will make Sergil your vendor. We'll make him the only available laborer. So now he's just a laborer. He doesn't have any job. There should be no other laborers available. Yes, he is the only one. And we'll upgrade him to a blacksmith. So he should take the job. Now, whether he stays in that job is kind of random because it is based on who lives next to the blacksmith. So we'll just follow him to see like what happens. His home is still over here. So we'll see if he remains the blacksmith. We do want to increase the amount of tools being produced to get him to work over there. Okay, his house still has not updated. And we could follow him. Sergil the blacksmith is working. Oh. We need to replace the vendor that we took out. You're a laborer, you're not educated. Perfect. You can be a vendor. Okay, let's follow Sergil on his journey. And the reason why we want an educated blacksmith is because this blacksmith is going to produce way more tools with these very precious resources. Iron, coal, and logs. So, like, once he completes his animation, he'll produce 3 tools. This is over the 2 tools that normally get produced. So we really want, see, Circle the vendor is working. So now he's a vendor again. But we really want to make sure that blacksmith is educated because they're going to make the iron, coal, and logs stretch a lot further. No, see, the issue is the game wants to put Sergil closer to his work. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this. So if it's summer, so there should be time to do this. We're going to unhouse these people. We're gonna unhouse Sergil. Sergil is our vendor. So we're going to remove Sergil's job. So now he's a laborer. Remove the blacksmith. Make you, I don't know, like a tailor, whatever. And we'll make Sergil our blacksmith. Now, we'll let things settle for a little bit. And then we will cancel this house, and hopefully Sergil moves in over here because it's a house available to his job. No. So we can try again. We really want to see Sergil. Yes. All right, cool. So we really want to see Sergil pop up next to the blacksmith. So he is very likely to keep this job. I know there's like 1,000 windows up here, and this is like very, very micro. But we want to just follow him for like a year to just make sure that he keeps that job. And I think that's going to be a huge success. Oh yeah, we need to make somebody else the vendor. So this also works if we have the boarding house. In theory, again, because I think we'd be able to put the older people in here and then give better jobs to our educated people. Okay. Circle is getting something to eat. Perfect. We might even spin this house around so that it's facing the right way, but that's a micro upgrade. Boom. And this man is a machine. He is going to pump out tools so fast. Look at that. Look at him go. Savior of the city. Hero to us all. Alright, so we'll just keep it up. Oh, no, Sergio. What are you doing? Why are you a hunter? Why are you a hunter? No! No! What are you doing? Oh my... What are you doing? Absolutely not. Don't you still live here? Oh, you got evicted? No, you still live here. Circle made 10 tools and was like, screw this, I'm out. I'm going to the woods. Oh my, alright. We can try one more time to fix it, but if this doesn't work, then we're just gonna leave it as it is. So we need Circle to become a laborer. We need no blacksmith available. We allocate the hunter first, which went back to Sergil. Alright, so we'll make Sergil like a physician real quick. Allocate the hunter, take out the physician, make him a blacksmith again. Stay in the blacksmith, please. Alright. We'll just keep an eye on this, and then if we see his job change one more time, we'll just leave it be. But that's huge. So our tools should like spike up pretty dramatically, and it'll also reduce the amount of resources that were used to achieve that. And pretty soon we'll be able to start trading away those steel tools once we get a nice excess of them. Okay. So things are coming along pretty nicely. We're still waiting on wheat seeds, which we can't control. But once we get those wheat seeds, then we'll be able to start farming. In fact, in anticipation of that, I'm going to go ahead and just start building. I'm going to start building farms. Nice. Lebastian has become an adult and is working as a laborer, so we can also see where we can better put that individual, see what they're doing. Ideally, we make them a woodcutter, which should be pretty easy. I'm going to do it the opposite way, though. I'm going to see where they live and see if I can't get them a job where they are, rather than try to forcefully move them to somewhere where I want them to work. We did it for the blacksmith because that's a critical job, but the less important tasks, maybe like woodcutting, should be easier to achieve. I mean, worst case, we could just build a woodcutter next to where Lebastian lives. Okay, I'm gonna pin a couple things because I want to see where I can build these farms without encroaching too much on the land. And I can get away with a couple of 15 by 15s, but instead I'm going to build 15 by 8s. So that's smaller than what's recommended. The wiki, I think, recommends 15 by 10s, but the reason we want to go by 15 by 8 is because our fields are going to wither a lot sooner than expected. And if you have a 15 by 10, you're not going to be able to yield the rest of those crops anyway. So you might as well just make smaller farms because they'll be more space efficient. So we'll just start with some farms here that are out of the way. That one's actually ready to go. 15 by 8. And we'll build one more 15 by 8. Interesting. We'll build it sideways like the other ones are. So now something to keep in mind is if you don't vary your crops, what'll happen is there's a chance for an infection to spread between them. So I think what you need to do is either spread them out 4 tiles or just the middle ones change to a different crop, and then these can be the ones on the extremities can be the same. I think that's good. We will place a storage barn down here. We'll actually place 2 storage barns down here because we can fit those. And then I think we'll start putting down stone houses in this area. We won't build them yet, but they will be necessary pretty soon. And I think a market up here, if we can fit one in, will help benefit us because they'll be able to directly funnel the food from these farms into the market, and then the vendors can just trade back and forth. Okay. Lebastion, or whatever your name is. You are a laborer. Let's make you a woodcutter. Where do you live? You live here. Perfect. That's not how you do that. Ibrahim, where do you live? You live here. Alright. So Ibrahim is a woodcutter. Let's make you not a woodcutter. Bastion. Labor. Let's see if we could just make you a woodcutter. See if this just works. It did. Where is your job? Are you this woodcutter? Yes, you are this woodcutter. So you should stay that woodcutter because it's right next to where you live. But we'll just keep an eye on that. And then we lost Sergil. So we just keep an eye on these 2 individuals. Hopefully they stay in their job. And then, do I have anyone that's educated around here? No. 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 You're a student, you will be educated. So Yvonne will probably be our next woodcutter in this area. Let me see. Can you see who's educated through the town hall? I don't remember if you can. I can see that 20% of our population is educated. But I can't see. Okay, you're educated. Where do you live? You live there. Would you like to move? I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit of an adventure. A lot of work to get people in the right area, but I think we'll definitely yield better results doing that. So I think it was worth it. Yeah, both of you guys are uneducated. You can do whatever you want. Go be a stone cutter, and go be an herbalist. Yeah, but I'm having a lot of fun. So we're still waiting to get the wheat seeds from the trader when they show up, but we do have a little area, a makeshift area for farming. So that'll come in handy once we get that going, and then we should be able to build taverns in this area as well, and then that should complete the series. Also, we need to build the chapel. That's just going to require stone. So once we mine that, we'll be able to build that. And then once all those are built, I think that'll conclude the series. It's been a lot of fun and it's been very challenging. But once I'm done with this map, I am definitely going to just play on large and easy. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Other than that, Grumpy out.